Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Combat Pope series in EU4 with me, your host, Luckymarine, and we are just out of a recent war actually. We should probably get our diplomats out doing something. Anything. Improve relations with you. Improve relations with you now that we've lost France as an ally. We'll pick up Austria. That means if we eat any more of the HRE, we won't get the call to give it back. If you're allies with the Emperor, which it's usually Austria quite a lot of the time, then you don't get the call to give it back, which is nice. And how long before we can fight Aragon again? June 1479. Alright, 2 years. 2 years for a little bit of aggressive expansion to burn off. Alright, Modena has now turned into a core. But, because of the unlawful territory, even though we're outside of the HRE, I don't know. Gain 15 loyalty. Hang on then, we can always revoke it later on, but we gain 2 base tax. So it's like clicking this button twice. Decent haul of points. Protect against Aragon. Rival of a rival, Portugal. Alright. Yeah, go on then. Rival of rival. A few amount of points in the bag. Have a spare diplomat. So who are your rivals with? Aragon. Alright. Austria, do you fancy a little bit of... Why are you allied to Provence? I can understand Hungary, but not Provence. Not just yet. Idea on the other hand, yep. What does this give us? Tolerance of the true faith +2. Alright. So it's ironic, as the Papal State we're going to end up being really tolerant of like everyone. 7. Tolerance of the true faith 7. Is there any need? We'll go to overtime. Right, table diplomat. Yeah, we'll mitten you on Austria. He might change his mind. He might break an alliance with Provence, especially if France gets involved. Yeah, I know he might. And we're just waiting for these rebels to pop. Have they gone? No. If we move off, this province, they'll be back. Yup. %. Oh, new pope. A 031. Wow. 031. That's absolutely horrific. Alright. Reclaiming Ferrara. No, no. Yeah, let's just do that one for now. I mean, we're going to fail it immediately when we go to war with Naples. Dylan, can you shut your mouth? In the nicest possible way, can you shut your mouth? Thank you. Sorry about that, Dylan's my cat, as some of you may already know by now, and he's quite loud, especially when I'm busy doing stuff. Can we go to war with this much unrest knocking about? Yeah, we'll be fine. It'll be fine. Nothing bad has ever happened from going to war at high unrest. Alright. Let's get down here. Yep, I know, that's what we're going to do. Alright. Bring you back from Castile. And on we go. 50% aggressive expansion. Morocco, join in. Alright. Managed to get in there before their fleet managed to get us. Good. We're getting. Wasn't. Although we hit them harder than they hit us. They did have galleys though. But no, I just wanted to get across to here, really. Get across to the island. And now we're here. We can take the war goal. And I don't know what Morocco's going to do about it because they're already having fights of their own. If Morocco end up landing troops on the Papal State anywhere, I will call the highest of all shenanigans. That's fine. That would be the ultimate. Yeah, they're just focusing us. Right, that's quite a lot of troops, actually. What are you doing? What is this game that you play? Well, at least there's no transport there. And we'll get yield inflation reduction guy for free, almost. Nice, like it. Improve relations, protect against Aragon, reclaiming for our. We'll probably end up satisfying this if Castile smash them. Okay, okay, okay. Well, it looks like Aragon's fleet is on the run. You watch. I bet these guys have people on board. Do you? Nope. We're going to support this fight. Ooh. That's quite good for Morocco. Did we take any hits? Doesn't look like we did. And we'll build some more churches. Because being the Papal State and all that. 15 prestige. Prestige does help you fight, but yeah, go on then. How are the rebels? We should be alright with that. That should gradually just tick away and burn off. Recall from you. Now let's make you a state. Come on, let's get this over and done with now. What do we want from this fight? Do we want land from this? Depends how much land Castile takes. We don't want... If Aragon's left with just this over here. Alright. Then we don't want Castile jumping over here and taking Aragonese land over here. That would be not good for us. Wait, what? Oh, truce with France. Yep. Because of the broken alliance. So a 5-year truce when you break an alliance. You used to be able to break an alliance and then attack your ex-ally straight away. And it's been exploited far too much. Portugal. What the hell are you doing here? And we don't have a transport. We don't have any transport, do we? We need at least one. Come on. Although we might be able to take it without actually having it, much like we did over yonder. And a humiliate. No. Demand. A humiliate. Really? Well, let's stand here anyway. And we'll loot. We'll get our ships out, protect and trade in Genoa. Who demands control? Nobility again. Alright, nobility. Let's give you another crap island, shall we? There you go. Have that. Nope, no you can't. Although so I suppose the sooner out. This was just going to be show superiority, wasn't it? Well, let's take Malta. And Palermo. Nope, just Malta. We'll take just Malta if you want. And your money. And you can revoke cause on everything that's mine. Which will help. More chance of rebels popping in a county where another country still has cause on it. Especially a country that doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Yeah, that'll do for now. I accepted our generous peace. Of course it's generous. That'll do. So we're using this to exert influence on the peace deal, which allows us to take land that no papal foot has ever trod. And in the next fight we have with them, we'll actually end up taking bits of Sicily. Alright. Watch edges. It says we won't make any money down here, and it is very little money around here just because of the high autonomy, but we'll continue with the churches. They come good. Once your autonomy starts ticking down, they come good. Although what's our income? Low maintenance. That's not bad. That's not bad. And the majority of that, alright, and the majority of that is from taxation, which our churches have a big influence upon. I believe it is a 30-something% modifier, 40% local tax modifier, So if you got them over every single province, it's like just a 40% increase on your taxation entirely, which is nice. Yeah, we've got the inflation going, haven't we? So we'll take that. Also take Miltech. No, you can't, Ferrara. I'm sorry. You've been on a thorn in our side for too long now. Who are you fighting? Defender against Savoy. I thought you were mates with Savoy. Ah. So Austria won't defend him anymore, but it's okay because France would. Alright. Ooh, got some rebels there. Neapolitan. That's what it is. It's not Nepalese. Nepalese are people from Nepal. Neapolitan. Fault maintenance plus 10%. Yeah, fine. Did we get rid of this fort? We did. Good. Fractally heretics. How you get on, Aragon? Ooh. Been spliced in twain. No church. Five years of separatism. How is your unrest anyway? Yeah, alright. Let them rant. Getting one base production in 2 provinces, or an extremely temporary local unrest and local tax modifier. We'll take the definite monarch points. The increasing of the base production lasts till the end of the game. It's just a tick of this button. So depending where it was, the higher you get along these numbers, the more it costs. But at the very least it's going to be like 66. So 120 odd, 130 monarch points we just got then. This is interesting. When does our 1488? Yeah. Well, cores are coming in. And we have protected against Aragon. I'd totally forgotten that we had that. Accumulate money, Mantua. We'll accumulate money. It's easy to do. And we'll immediately spend money on getting the points. Oh. What's the culture like down here? It's a big lump of Neapolitan. And it's 34% of our country. It does give reduced penalties, but it's a big chunk of our land. I think we promote it. Yep. Yep. It just removes the penalties that you get. So Romanian. Look for Romanian will be up here. So because they're Romanian, they give minus 15 tax modifier, local manpower modifier, sales modifier, I don't care. Nobody cares. Paradox, does anyone care about sailors? Seriously, has anyone properly raged at the game because they've lacked sailors? I doubt it. Alright. And then you've got us, which is Umbrian. And there's no penalties there at all. Now, Nepalesian, no penalties at all. Sicilian, we're back to -15. But if you go to somewhere where that's totally alien, this here now, all these colours here are our culture group. Anywhere out of here isn't. So if you went to Greek, you'd end up with local unrest, local tax modifier of -33%, etc, etc, etc. But while we're still small, whilst we're expanding on our own little peninsula here, we might as well be as efficient with our taxes and what did it affect again? Yeah, manpower modifier. Yeah, might as well be as efficient as we can with these things whilst we're still small, whilst we've got a small pool to pull from in terms of taxes and manpower. And it might change once we grow beyond this. If we end up down into Tunisia and we have, say, Tunisian and Egyptian, then we may well want to remove Nepalesian as a accepted culture, just so we can bring in Tunisian and Egyptian onto this side as an accepted culture, because Nepalesian is already semi-accepted with the star. It's our culture group, therefore it would be more efficient for us to bring in cultures that are outside of our culture group to be accepted, especially if we take things like the big ones, like if we were come in here and take Turkish. That's a huge area of land. Same with Egyptian, same with Tunisia. Well, these are big provinces, but same with Castilian, that kind of thing. Yeah, but we'll take that for now. It'll help. Every little does help. And yeah, that will be us for this episode. We took Malta. Important strategic British outpost in the Second World War was Malta. So there are a lot of stories regarding Malta and its resupply, and yeah, really interesting stories about ships having to be lashed together because they were breaking apart out at sea, going to resupply them. And yeah, it's well worth going and having a look, having a quick Google search of that. It's pretty cool pictures. Anyway, that will be me for this episode. I have been Luckymarine. As always, you have been amazing. Join me in the next episode when we will probably nibble a little bit more from Naples and again from Aragon. We might not get to Aragon in the next episode, but we'll be close. Reminds me, I need to start building. Yeah. And we're only doing bits and pieces. We're only nibbling little bits of either of them each time, because we're also linking it in with money. And the last time we went to war with Naples, we took bits of Ferrara. It's just a way of having a very controlled engagement with a small country that's near you, where you can get in there and take the war goal and keep it, and it be relatively safe. And then you can demand whatever you want, especially if your war goal is a fort. If it's a fort that you can get to very easily and control it, and it's isolated, then just go for that and keep it in control, and then demand other things that don't have forts on them, like the Balearics, Malta, these islands that we took without stepping a foot on. Same again with Naples. I wonder if they brought in... They still got Ferrara as an ally. We made them drop Hungary though. So in the next war, we'll fight with Naples. We'll go straight to Ferrara. We'll piece them out. We'll take them in their entirety. It's going to be quite a lot of aggressive expansion because we won't have demanded, we won't have fought over Ferrara. But if we were to directly fight Ferrara, yeah, all that. If we were to directly fight, we can't. If we were to directly fight Naples, it would just bring Ferrara in. And that would be a way of nibbling away Ferrara without incurring the wrath of everyone. Well, no, we'd still incur the wrath of everyone, but they wouldn't jump in and fight us. And that might be it. We might just take Ferrara and peace out Naples, and hope Naples ally someone else up here. Mantua, maybe. Lucca, maybe Messina. And then we'd go to war again with Naples, but take someone else from the Empire. I mean, we could wait until the Shadow Kingdom hits and all of these drop out. But if you can get in there early, if you can rip them out early, you might as well. Okay, so that's what we've done. That's my ideas, and that's kind of what we're going to be heading for in the next episode. We'll also dabble with Tunis, I think. As soon as Castile wants to jump in on that, I say we go for it. But they've just pieced out with Aragon and Morocco, so their war score is their war exhaustion is going to be quite high, I can imagine. What's the reasons? War exhaustion and debt. Yeah, fair one. Otherwise they'll be all over it. Okay, so I'll see you in the next episode when we do more good stuff with the Combat Pope. So yeah, take care.